Hi everybody and welcome to Azure Everyday. My name is Brad Gall. I work here with Pragmatic Works, and today we're going to talk about securing your Azure environment. Now there's lots of things we need to think about when securing the environment. Obviously it's a hot topic with cloud is how do we secure the cloud? We have to think about data security, we have to think about network security. Today we're going to talk about access control for the resources within your Azure environment. So the management control of our VMs, who can create VMs, who can create databases, who can manage those databases, and how do we handle that? And what I recommend for clients is to have at least a very basic understanding of these three components that I'm about to talk about before you jump in, so you have an idea of what is available to you as you're building out your strategy. Maybe you're starting with a POC, but we want to make sure we're putting things in the right place so that we don't end up with a mess down the road that we have to clean up. So let's talk about kind of what the details around this are. The great news is that with the Microsoft Azure portal, we can take control of RBAC. So role-based access control is available to us within the Azure portal, which is a great news because we can do really granular, really custom security on our resources within Azure if we want to. But we also get a great set of default values, default roles that we can take advantage of. And if we apply them right and just stick with the basics, you get a long way with keeping your environment nice and secure and not allowing people to create things they shouldn't, but giving them the access they need to be able to create the databases they need. So the way these pieces break down within Azure is there's a hierarchy there. So we're going to use a piece of Azure called Azure Active Directory. This is where we're going to store our users and groups. These are the resources, these are users that are going to try and access our resources. And within a subscription can tie to only one Azure Active Directory. Now one Active Directory can be tied to multiple subscriptions. So one of the first ways to segment your Azure environment is to break them up maybe by subscriptions to create either by department instead of a subscription, or developers get one subscription, and production obviously we go in a completely different subscription from them. And we can secure just via that high level of the hierarchy subscription-wise. Now within those subscriptions we have resource groups. So a resource group is really just a container of resources that is within a subscription. And then within resource groups we have resources, and a resource group can only be in one resource group. So we have a hierarchy of subscription, resource group, resource, and we can apply roles to any one of those three levels. So we can get down to the granularity of, hey, these people get this access to this Azure SQL database. Or we can set up a resource group and say these people are allowed to set up anything they want within this resource group, but they can't get to anything else. So there's a lot of granularity there, a great hierarchical structure to maintain all of this. And then we can also do some reporting on all of it too, is who got what access when. There's a log that runs to maintain what roles were applied where. So my advice is to understand that this structure is available, that we have role-based access control within Azure, and to take advantage of it early to get a good understanding of how you want to set this up, how you want to segment it, so we don't end up with just a bunch of stuff all in one subscription, and then how are we going to separate all this stuff out later. If you want some help talking through that, understanding how you should be setting up your RBAC, or how you should be setting up and really anything in Azure, SQL databases, VMs, what's your Azure strategy as a whole, we'd love to talk to you about that. Feel free to click the link below and get in touch with one of our architects. Thanks and have a good day.